In this problem, we want to calculate the readings for the 7 voltmeters and the 7 ammeters, and of course, if you count carefully, you find that. Never mind. So, some of you were making little charts to put the voltage in and stuff. I just like to stick it next to it. So, again, what you see in the voltmeter here, this is like the two little probes coming out of the meter, touching on this side and this side. So don't freak out over, that's not a new thing. So here I have a single resistor, so no problem, that's just going to be 11. And then here I have two resistors in parallel, so we have to find them. So the effective resistance of that section is going to be 6 to the minus 1 plus 2 to the minus 1. And then we minus 1 the answer, and we get 1.5. And then we come down here and we have 10.5. And then we come down here and we have a big section, and we say, well, what's the effective resistance of this whole puppy? So we're going to have 24 to the minus 1, and another 24 to the minus 1, and a 6 to the minus 1, and a 4 to the minus 1. All added together, and then we minus 1 that answer to find it's 2. So we get 2. And then we add these up and we say, hey, 5 and 5 make 10. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that's. So the effective resistance of that whole puppy was 25 ohms. So then we say, well, if it's 25 ohms, then I can find my current. And the current everywhere, again, is going to be I total is going to be V total over R total. And we say, hey, there was 100 volts here, and my total resistance was 25, so I'm thinking the total current is going to be 4 amps. So I say, hey, is there anything that shows the total current here? This one is going to be the total current, and this one is going to be the total current. So both of those are going to be 4 amps.
Wait, why?
Because the total current is going to be the one that's going through this resistor, and then it's going to bisect to those, and then it's going to come through this resistor, and it's going to come through here, and then it's going to divide in there, and then it's going to rejoin to here and come back. So that whole thing that is in red all has to have exactly 4 amps going through it. So then we say to ourselves, well, how much voltage drop do I have across each section? Well, again, V equals IR. So if I'm going V equals IR, then I say 4 times 11 is 44 volts. And then I say 4 times this section, 4 times 1.5 is 6 volts across this section. So that must mean this is 6 volts for voltmeter 3. And so then I come over here to the 10.5 and I say 4 times 10.5 is going to be 42. You guys are so strong on your math skills without calculating. And then we come down to this last section and we say, hey, 4 times 2 is 8 volts, so we're going to have 8 volts across this section, so this voltmeter will be 8 volts, and this voltmeter will also be 8 volts, because everything in that section will be 8 volts. And then this voltmeter is connected to nothing, so that would be 0. That's just sort of drive you crazy. Along with looking for voltmeter 1.
Yes.
Anyway, so now if we add up the voltage again, if we have 44 and 6 make 50 plus 42 more make 92 plus 8 make hey, that's all. So if we make a circle around, we should end up with the total voltage, which is what we find that we did. So then if I want to go back and find the individual currents of individual sections, which I'm doing, I again have to say, well, what is the I is going to be the V over the R individual. So the voltage in this section of the top one here was a total of 6 volts. And so if I have 6 volts divided by 6 ohms, that's going to give me 1 amp going here. And if I have 6 volts divided by 2 ohms, it's going to be 3 amps. And again, this whole section together should add up to 4 amps, which it does. So that's nice. And then I come down to the bottom parallel section. And let's look at the bottom. I have a total of 8 volts going across this section. So if I have 8 volts over 4 ohms, that's going to give me 2 amps through A6. And if I have 8 over 6, that's going to give me who? 1.3 amps is going to go through this one. And then if I take 8 over 24, that's going to give me no.
333.
Yeah, 8 over 24 is going to give me 0.33, but then, see, this 0.33 and this 0.33 are both going through A4, so that's going to be a total of 0.66. And again, if I add up this and this and this, it adds up to 4 again. Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.